So this is a video to show how to pay out agent commissions in the system. So the first thing we need to do is find an agent. You could also do this separately by loading a student and then coming to the screen, because if you've got a course that has an agent, it then auto loads that particular agent as well. In this case, I'm searching for an agent, and here's my agent here. So once we come to here, we go to Finances. And inside Finances, we can see all the existing invoices, and we're going to say create a new invoice. So we're just creating a new invoice, and it should give us a blank invoice number, and away we go. So here you can see all my previous invoices, and now I'm going to create a new one. And what we should do is when we go to create this invoice, is we should try and select the total amount of the invoice to be the total amount of what we want to pay to the agent. Because in that way, when we apply a payment, we get a zero sum invoice. So I'm just going to go through and select some different commissions here to be paid out. You'll also notice here there's commission amount and commission amount withheld. So these ones where we owe nothing is where the agents kept the commission. So they're net payments. These are the ones where we owe the agent commission. So these are gross ones. So we just walk through and tick off what we want to pay the agent. And so now we can see that this invoice is going to be for $1,185.50. So I'm actually happy with that because that's what I want to pay the agent. And so I'm now going to save this invoice. So this will create the invoice and assign all the items to that particular invoice. So while we're here, because we know we're going to pay this invoice off, we're also going to set this invoice to sent status. Okay. So the next thing we've got is, because this is a bit quicker than normal accounting, we have got a create payment from invoice total, because we know we're going to fully pay up this invoice using a payment going to the agent. So we now come to this screen, and I'm going to say that the method is EFT. And because I say that, I'm going to put some bank details in that we're going to send it to. We're going to put a GST amount. In this case, we're not paying our agent any GST. But if you were going to pay a GST amount, you could put it in there. We're going to say the BSB number. I'm just making these up, of course. And a SWIFT code if it was international. And the address. And we can also put any comments if we wanted to. Then we're going to save this payment. And then once we've done that, we have got an invoice in sent status, and we've got a commission payment matching that particular invoice. We're just going to say pay commissions up here, and then we can actually go through and select our invoice and tick off on that invoice the commission line items that we want to pay. So in this case, I know we want to pay these two, which equals our total for our invoice, and it says remaining amount 0 there, so we know it's going to be fully allocated, and we just say apply payment. So now we have a fully paid off commission invoice to that agent. We could then go to payments, and for our payment, we could then click on here and say print payment with no GST, and that will then give us a report of all the different commission line items and the bank details to be processed by finance and what we're going to pay to them to that particular agent. Okay, so that's in a simple way how to actually pay off an agent or generate an agent commission invoice and pay it off. I hope this video helps.